Elon Musk just dropped the most insane statement about Tesla Bot Gen 3. Optimus will be the von Neumann probe. You know what that means? One robot builds another. That robot builds two more. Those build four. Exponential growth, forever, without a single human involved. Musk claims you'll buy one Optimus for around $50,000, and that machine will replicate itself into an endless army, building factories, mining asteroids, preparing Mars before humans arrive. Launching Q1 2026, this isn't just a helper robot anymore. So here's the real question. When self-replicating machines become reality, what stops them from multiplying beyond our control? Let's break down what von Neumann probe actually means, because most people gloss over this part. In 1948, mathematician John von Neumann theorized about self-replicating machines, robots that could gather raw materials, manufacture components, and build exact copies of themselves. Scientists dismissed it as theoretical fantasy for decades because the technology simply didn't exist. Until now. Musk isn't using that term casually. He's telling us Tesla Bot Gen 3 has crossed that threshold. The robot can manipulate tools, assemble parts, and operate factory equipment, which means it can theoretically build another Tesla bot. And here's where the math gets disturbing. One robot builds one copy in, let's say, 6 months. Now you have two. Those two build two more, 4 total. Those 4 build 4 more, 8 total. Within 3 years, that single $50,000 investment becomes over 1,000 robots. No additional human labor, no factory workers, just machines multiplying machines. Musk has spent billions developing this capability, and he's claiming mass production starts Q1 2026. But nobody's asking the obvious question. If these robots can build themselves cheaper than humans can build them, what happens to the $50,000 price tag? It collapses. And what happens to human manufacturing jobs? They vanish overnight. Musk posted on X last month saying AI and robots will replace all jobs, and working will become optional. That statement isn't hypothetical anymore when you're looking at self-replicating labor. But let's dig into whether Gen 3 can actually deliver on this promise, because the previous versions couldn't. The first Optimus prototype in 2022 was embarrassing. A guy in a robot suit dancing on stage. By late 2023, Gen 2 showed real progress with a 2.5 kilowatt-hour battery pack, weighing 138 pounds. But Musk admitted it was almost impossible to manufacture. The gold-colored units we saw throughout 2024 were actually version 2.5. Minor design tweaks with the same battery. They looked smarter because of AI upgrades, not hardware improvements. Then came the shareholder meeting announcement. Gen 3 changes everything. Tesla is installing 4680 battery cells for the first time in Optimus. That's the same cylindrical cell technology they developed for Cybertruck and Model Y. The pack jumps from 2.5 kilowatt-hours to 6 kilowatt-hours, more than double the capacity. Musk claims this delivers 14 hours of continuous operation. 14 hours. No other humanoid robot on Earth has achieved that runtime. Chinese competitors like Xpeng's Iron Robot drain batteries in 2 to 3 hours because they're too heavy, too inefficient. But here's the critical detail everyone's missing about that 14-hour claim. Tesla Bot Gen 3 weighs only 125 pounds, 13 pounds lighter than Gen 2. It has roughly 40 degrees of freedom across the body, with 22 degrees just in the hands. Less weight, more efficient movement, targeted complexity where it matters. The 6 kilowatt-hour pack isn't enormous by electric vehicle standards, but it's perfectly sized for a 125-pound humanoid performing practical tasks. Folding laundry, cooking meals, cleaning floors. These are low-energy activities compared to walking or lifting heavy objects. The runtime varies based on task intensity, but 14 hours of mixed household work is genuinely achievable with that battery capacity. And this is where Tesla's competitive advantage becomes crystal clear. Every Tesla vehicle is already a robot. The Cybercab robotaxi drives itself, navigates traffic, avoids obstacles, makes decisions. It's a wheeled robot. Tesla has manufactured over 6 million electric vehicles, each containing batteries, power electronics, motors, gearboxes, AI vision systems, custom chips, and autonomous fleet management software. Those exact components translate directly into humanoid robotics. Musk isn't starting from scratch. He's leveraging a decade of mass production experience that no competitor possesses. But the truly insane part? How Gen 3 recharges itself. Most people assume charging would work like plugging in your phone. You'd manually connect Optimus to a wall outlet every night. Wrong. Tesla designed autonomous charging. The robot navigates to a wall-mounted dock, positions itself precisely, extends its charging connector, and plugs itself in. When the battery hits 100%, it disconnects and returns to work. Completely autonomous, just like Cybercab finding wireless charging pads. This isn't a minor feature. This is the difference between a tool and an independent system. A robot that can work 14 hours, charge itself, and resume operations without human intervention is functionally self-sufficient. Now combine that with self-replication capability. Musk stated at the shareholder meeting that Optimus will handle approximately 3,000 useful tasks: cooking, cleaning, organizing, transporting goods, serving food, working as a barista. Tesla already deployed them at the Tesla Diner. Actual revenue-generating work. If you buy one for $50,000 and it works 14 hours daily at minimum wage equivalent, it pays for itself in 2 to 3 years. After that, it's pure profit. Or you use it to build more robots. The economics become exponential. But here's where competition enters the picture, and it's not what you'd expect. XPeng unveiled the Iron robot in 2024, a direct challenge to Tesla. Iron stands 5 feet 10 inches, weighs 176 pounds, has synthetic skin, bionic muscles, a feminine appearance, and over 60 joints with 200 degrees of freedom. It walks like a runway model. The demo was so smooth, people accused XPeng of faking it with a human in a suit, so they cut open the skin on stage to prove otherwise. Iron uses 3 proprietary Turing AI chips and solid-state batteries. The CEO predicts they'll sell more robots than cars within a decade. On paper, Iron sounds superior to Optimus. More degrees of freedom, more human-like appearance, advanced battery technology. So why is Tesla still winning this race? Because XPeng is optimizing for the wrong metrics. They designed Iron for retail, tourism, and service scenarios where appearance matters. That's why it has synthetic skin, hair, clothing options, and feminine features. It's meant to look friendly, not functional. Tesla took the opposite approach. Optimus exists to perform dangerous, repetitive, boring tasks in factories first, then homes. It has a hard shell that's easy to maintain around heavy machinery. It moves at walking speed, 5 miles per hour max. For safety, it carries 20 pounds normally, deadlifts 150 pounds when needed. These aren't limitations. They're design choices for real-world deployment. Tesla is installing thousands of Optimus units in gigafactories right now as beta testers. Each robot operates alongside human workers, learning from continuous feedback, improving through Tesla's full self-driving neural network pipeline. That's billions of kilometers of real-world training data feeding directly into Optimus. XPeng has impressive demos, but Tesla has operational scale, and scale is how you achieve self-replication. You need factories, supply chains, production lines capable of manufacturing thousands of units monthly. Tesla already has that infrastructure. XPeng is building it from scratch. Musk identified 3 exceptionally difficult challenges preventing most companies from building effective robots: engineering functional hands, developing AI that works reliably in the real world, and achieving mass manufacturing. Tesla solved manufacturing a decade ago with electric vehicles. They're solving AI right now with FSD beta deployed in hundreds of thousands of cars. The hands are the final piece, and Gen 3's 22-degree of freedom hands with wrist and forearm articulation can grasp tools, turn knobs, fold clothes, and manipulate objects predictably. Not perfectly, but reliably enough for factory deployment. Here's the twist nobody saw coming. Musk announced Optimus will eventually work as a surgical assistant, potentially even a robotic surgeon. Think about that progression. Household chores to factory work to medical procedures. The capability gap between folding laundry and performing surgery is massive. But if the robot can manipulate small objects with precision, navigate unpredictable environments, and make real-time decisions based on visual input, surgery becomes theoretically possible. Musk said, Optimus will be an incredible surgeon. And imagine if everyone had access to an incredible surgeon. That's not a product feature. That's a societal restructuring, which brings us back to the self-replication question. If one robot can build another and manufacturing costs drop below $10,000 per unit, and each robot generates revenue equivalent to a human worker, the math breaks capitalism as we know it. Labor becomes free. Production becomes limitless. Wealth concentrates entirely in whoever owns the robots. Musk is positioning himself to be that person. He's the richest human on Earth, and he's investing billions into technology that could make human labor obsolete. Not in 50 years. In 2026. So when Musk says Optimus will eliminate poverty and deliver healthcare to everyone, what does that actually mean in practice? Does he give robots away for free? Does he sell them and create a permanent underclass of people who can't afford automation? Does government regulate self-replicating machines before they multiply beyond control? These aren't science fiction questions anymore. Gen 3 launches in the first quarter of 2026. Mass production follows shortly after. And once the first robot builds the second robot without human intervention, we've crossed a threshold we can't uncross. So here's the answer to that question we started with. When self-replicating machines become reality, control doesn't come from stopping them. It comes from who builds them first. And Musk is betting everything that Tesla gets there before anyone else. Because the first company to crack autonomous robot manufacturing doesn't just dominate the market. They define what happens next for humanity. This is exactly why Musk keeps connecting Optimus to Mars colonization. Self-replicating robots mining asteroids, constructing habitats, preparing entire cities before the first human lands. That's not science fiction when the technology launches in months. Gen 3 is the prototype for machines that'll build our future off-world while transforming life on Earth. And we're watching it unfold in real time. Q1 2026 is the official Gen 3 reveal. Mass production follows. Then we'll see whether Musk's claims about endless multiplication hold up in practice. One thing's certain, the robotics race just accelerated beyond anything competitors expected. What do you think happens when these robots start building each other? Does this create abundance for everyone? Or does it concentrate power in ways we're not ready for? Drop your take below. This is Tesla Zone, and we break down the innovations reshaping our future. For the latest on what's coming next in autonomous tech and space exploration, you know where to find us. The age of self-replicating machines isn't coming, it's here.